BEERUN, beer run. BEERUN, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. BEERUN, beer run.
Welcome to the Beer Run, part of the BS and Beer Network, the only Saints podcast with a 2-drink minimum and takes as bad as losing your best offensive lineman 3 games into the year.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Put toes at it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I am the California Cajun. With me, as always, is Lil Dice. How you doing, Del?
Been a tough one. It was a tough one. You see the record here, 2-1. Hurt me to put that one right there, Craig. Hurt me.
At least you didn't drive to Philadelphia for this one.
Oh, yes. That would be bad.
I guess you would have missed it anyway if you drove to Philadelphia since it was New Orleans.
Yes,
it's not important, all right?
exactly.
It's not important to the story we're trying to tell right now, okay?
Yes. Well, listen, we're going to be getting into some Saints news. We're going to talk about this previous game. We're going to talk about some beer, of course, and we're going to mention our pick'em. We're going to talk about the upcoming game with a Falcons fan. I think I found one. And
they don't exist.
Course,
you know they don't exist.
Of course, we're going to give you our thoughts about the upcoming game versus the Falcons. So, referees, get out there and spot the ball. Let's get this thing going.
First down, Saints.
What you drinking, bro?
Well, I got a couple things I'm drinking today. So, I have a real good beer, and I have a beer that I have to drink because I, like a fool, was confident in the Saints last week. Now. It was right to be confident in them in the first 2 weeks. And I didn't expect to have a bruised lung on Taysom Hill and a freak groin injury taking out our best offensive lineman. So that's my fault. Okay, I'm going to own that. And all Saints fans, please pick on me. It is my direct responsibility for everything bad that's ever happened to us. But I do have a beer to chug because I did lose our beer bets. I picked the Saints to both win and cover. And they did neither of those fucking things. So, Dale, I was wrong and you were right. And
Unfortunately.
And cheers.
Wow.
So
much faster than
I
do.
Love drinking beer, and I hate that I enjoyed that because I don't want to do that on this show because I usually pick the Saints, so it's not helpful. But that's just a Miller Lite. That's easy drinking. That's my game day beer of choice when I'm trying to function for the rest of the day. But I'm not trying to function tonight, so I have a little more something special. This is the Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA from New Belgium. It is 9%. It is stiff. It is hearty. And better than anything else, really, the best thing about it is how it sounds. Music. I would go to a concert and listen to a symphony of this beer being opened. It's delicious. It's fantastic. And I'm going to drink enough of them that this game seems funny.
So this is a Voodoo beer that's not from Louisiana.
Oh, no. Voodoo Ranger, baby. If you're not familiar with Voodoo Ranger from New Belgium, you should. They got a little line of it. They also have the tropical one that I had last week. And Voodoo Ranger makes some excellent stuff. This one's only 9%. The tropical one last week was 9.5%. So I'm dialing it back a little bit because we're in mourning. That's what we are.
Yeah. Got you.
You get it.
Okay. Well, today, Craig, I'm not drinking beer. I have one beer left in my house. And that is saved for a beer bet.
I just want you to know that the name of our show is the Beer Run podcast. I know that confuses you because you're on 9 different freaking shows. I'm only on one. So I'm aware that we're supposed to drink beer on this show.
That's my problem there, Craig. I'm a little busy.
This is what we call spreading yourself too thin, sir.
Yes. I agree. But I am drinking some whiskey with some cranberry juice. Nice sippable drink.
a nice
and that's
pint glass
my
you got
drink.
there, buddy. Just
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
on brand here.
Yes,
I
yes.
forget to put my
This is who
Saints
that.
stuff on before the show, but we do drink with our Saints stuff.
Yes, yes. It's all about that who that life, man. All about the
Mm.
who that life.
I mean, I get
So,
it tattooed. I don't have to put on a fucking shirt for it. All right,
okay, well, you're a big man. Good for you.
it's true. It's true.
I got a Saints tattoo.
Yeah, damn right. You're a little dude. It's probably about the size of you.
All right, man. Let's talk real quick about the pick'em here. And Greg, this is not going very well for me.
Oh
At the
god,
top,
I think I got everything wrong twice last week.
right at the top here, all tied with 11. Where my notebook, top of the bleachers, Casey's Clowns, and my guy the Queefers. Oh, followed up
Embarrassing.
by you heard my picks in 33703. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
B train's up there. That's terrible.
B Train is in second place as well. Boo Bear wins. This is a female, I know for sure. So she is picking the hell out of these games. Scrolling down.
Are we losing to Timmy too? Oh man.
Yeah. Tim is up there, 17.
Yeah.
Kyle, 22.
I'm losing
There
to
you go.
Kyle.
The arrogant bastard of the beer run.
Oh my god.
Number 23. And I am all the way down at number 29. Okay.
So listen,
I'm last.
not only do we throw out the first two, the worst 2 weeks, but everyone is so bad that you can just join and you'll still end up beating most of us. So
Pretty much.
if you listen to this,
be here.
Dale's going to give you the info. Jump in there. You'll beat me too.
Yeah. It's
This doesn't do much for our credibility. We talk about how bad we are at talking football right at the start of our show.
I mean, we're honest. That's who we are. We're honest, man. So yeah, you go over to Yahoo, the NFL Pick'em section, Pro Pick'em, and put in group ID 33703. Password is NFL, and you can get in and play with us because we're not that good. There you go.
Second down.
Let's talk about some Saints news first before we get into the game. The Saints worked out several offensive linemen this week.
A whole O line, 5 people.
Yes, Brian Allen, the center, Gottlieb Oyuzides, tackle, Andrew Coker, a tackle, Chris Reed, a tackle, and Josh Seals, a tackle. Do not sign this Gottlieb guy, okay? Don't sign him. I don't have to learn how to pronounce his name.
Sign anyone that will take Oli Udo's roster spot is my takeaway from that game.
Okay.
You saw that even in that game, he came in emergency to play part of a recap. Our best offensive lineman, Eric McCoy, goes down injured. It's going to be a long time. So we moved our left guard, who had been playing very well, highest graded left guard per PFF, moved him over to center because he's very versatile. And then we brought Oli Udo, who was a primarily backup tackle, playing left guard. And he ran the wrong way on plays and was terrible and awful. Couldn't get into space.
This is the one that ran into the other guard.
That was the guy who ran into Ruiz, Ruiz went the right way, and Oli Udo did not. And was so bad that he ended up getting benched for Nick Saldiveri, who to this point has been a bust, a 4th-round pick who couldn't find the field. That's not good. Not good. This is bad. It's bad.
He's in my commercial.
He was injured for Oli Udo was injured for an entire year. ACL, missed all of last season. He was coming back. He only barely started practicing in training camp or whatnot. So he's fresh, getting back to game speed, and he wasn't ready. And that's just apparent. And it sucks because we were a couple of blocks away from winning that game. As bad as everything went, we were a couple of plays away from winning that game, decidedly. And that's frustrating. It's a frustrating thing. So yeah, sign somebody. I don't care. Just get Oli Udo off the field for a while. Unless you listen to the show, in which case I love you, and send us some merch, dude.
Do you know any of those guys? I think I know Brian Allen.
Well, I think Allen's the guy from the Rams.
Right. Hard Knocks guy. I remember him doing that. That's the only thing I know about it.
The guy from the Rams is okay. I don't know that he's at this point, you're not going to find anybody better than what you have in-house. You know, if one works out, it's for depth. You still have a Hergel that you like a lot, who's a UDFA that we have in the practice squad. He's probably going to get a call up. I think Saldivari is going to be groomed. We're going to talk in a little bit about the O line going forward. So I don't want to get into it right
Okay.
now, but I don't. Maybe one of these guys gets picked up. It is kind of scary that we tried out a 2 tackles, 2 guards, and a center
Right.
in week
Um,
3. Whew.
Yeah. I think it's probable we sign one of these players because Eric McCoy is going to have surgery and will miss significant time with the groin.
They said 6 to
So
8 weeks.
yes, so he should go on IR. Okay, this is Saints.
He's gonna go
Put
on
him on IR.
He's gonna
Please.
go on IR.
Okay. Well, I know y'all don't understand how IR works. Trust me. Put him on IR. Okay.
Was it
I'm sick of that
Lattimore
crap.
last year that we just couldn't get over how they would not IR him?
Yes. Yes.
And before that, it
Yes.
was somebody else. Yeah, maybe they're just more optimistic people than we are, which is fair. We are quite negative, especially today.
Yep, maybe so. Maybe so. Some more news. Colin Saunders is back from injury. He's saying he's gonna play. So I'm
Good.
excited to see him out there. It should help the run defense.
I mean, should it? He's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. It's
So
good to have players. There's no downside to having guys up, but
yes, yes, we
I'm
want
not sure that
healthy guys.
I just don't know that he moves the
Versus
needle a lot. Our defense, it's fine. Again,
yeah,
they collapsed late. They gave up a touchdown late. They allowed 15 points to a perennial playoff team. The defense is not the problem. Defense is fine. And they played a lot
yeah,
of that game without Demario Davis really at full strength. So we're going to be fine. Defense is going to be fine.
absolutely.
We'll talk
But
about it later, but defense is going to be fine.
so many players are going out with injuries. We have
Mhm.
to celebrate those that come back. There you go. Colin Saunders running from the hospital back to the Saints facility.
I guess running from the hospital is a good sign.
Yes, yes.
I'm surprised we
Running
didn't go
from
with the Pokemon Center music. That would have worked too.
hospital.
Oh man.
All right. So let's talk about the game. Give me some big picture thoughts about the game here, Craig.
So big picture, if McCoy doesn't go down, we win that game by 30 points. I really do feel that way. Everything changed when the O line fell apart. And even
Those first drive.
then, yeah, third play, whatever it was, and even then, there was a deep ball to Shaheed that if he tries to high point instead of waiting for it, maybe that's a touchdown. A deep ball to Shaheed later, where maybe if he tries to high point that and doesn't just wait for it, it's a touchdown. Plays were there to be made. Kamara is still awesome. The O line held us back. The people blaming Derek Carr for this game can just fuck off. Just you don't know what you're talking about. You do not
We
know.
want Rattler.
I see people posting I saw some writer, someone who is paid to write stuff, said, "Oh well, the offensive coordinator can't hide Derek Carr anymore." Shut the fuck up. That interception he threw, there were 4 guys in his face. All 4 of them. The O-line was so bad. The fact that Derek Carr even hung in there and got the touchdown to Olave, we came back and we scored to take the lead late in the 4th quarter. We did everything but win in that game with everything else that happened. At the time, watching that game, I was incredibly discouraged. Watching it back again a couple times, man, we were right there. We were right there with everything going wrong. Taking the ball away from people, playing stout defense. If the O-line didn't collapse, we're going to be fine. And I don't know if this is a next game talking point or this game talking point, but the O-line losing its most important player in the first quarter of a game, yeah, that's hard to come back from. But having a week to scheme it, look, this scheme is able to hide Trevor Penning. If you can hide Trevor Penning, you can hide whoever you're playing at left guard. The scheme, it's not going to be the same. He's our best offensive lineman. He's great. He should be a Pro Bowler before his career is over. You're not going to be as good without Eric McCoy, but you might be able to hide some of it. You can be competent. You can get by. You can survive, as you say, until he can come back. And looking at the schedule, looking at the defense, that might be for a playoff run when he comes back. The sky's not falling, guys. It's not. This was a bad game. It was a bad matchup. They said 6 D linemen. Jalen Carter had the best game of his life. It was a bad day. You have bad days.
Yeah, definitely was a bad day, but I find it a little disappointing that Saldiveri wasn't the first guy they called up, and
Yeah.
that they called up Udo. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing against Udo. I don't really even know the guy, but Saldiveri is a draft pick and somebody we have high hopes for,
Yeah.
and I'm just hoping, he gets that opportunity and then gets in there and actually shows up and plays well.
Well, I mean,
It's
you want your draft pick to be the guy in there. You want
Yes,
you Udo is an older player who's coming off injury. There's not the same potential. There's not the same ceiling.
right,
So I mean, we were disappointed when he got beat out by Patrick to start the season. Patrick ended up playing really well, so it didn't
right,
really matter. It didn't sting.
yes,
But yeah, you want your young guys playing, and it was disappointing that he wasn't the first guy up. And you could argue, well, he's coming back from an injury, but so is Udo. So it was really
right.
they probably just thought it was mitigating risk, and it didn't work out. So
Mhm.
hopefully that's the game plan going forward. We're going to find out more. We record this on the Tuesday night. You probably won't hear this until Wednesday night or Thursday, but we recorded this before practice has its updates and
Right.
injury reports on Wednesday. So there's a chance that we know who what the lineup's going to be by the time you listen to this. In which case, tell me how stupid I am in the comments. And I got my little handle right there. Find me on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, and let me know because I want to know. This is interesting to me.
Who do you think is the starting lineup on the offensive line?
So I think it's going to be Patrick at center. I think they want to keep him in the lineup. He was a really good guard. I wish they'd keep him at guard, but center is such a pivotal,
Yeah, it's important.
crucial, hyper critical fucking position that you're going to put your
Yes.
more experienced guy there. So I think it's going to be Patrick at center. And I think it's probably, man, I would like to be Salvaderi.
Saldiveri. Hmm.
Saldiveri. I want
Hmm.
him to be the guard. I think they're going to roll with Udo because there's a veteran comfort there, but you shouldn't after that showing. But again, a week knowing that you're the starter at a position gets you a lot more ready than being ready to take over at right tackle and suddenly going to left guard. Like people who don't play offensive line think, oh, it's all the same shit. You just line up a different place. It's not. They are different animals. Blocking a guy, blocking a 3 tech, and fucking chasing a speed rusher are absolutely different skill sets. You practice different ways. You plan for different shit. They are
Yeah,
not the same. So
but
if he knows all week,
backups, you have to be versatile.
yeah, you have to be ready for everything. I know it's
Yeah,
just tough to do. There's not a lot
yeah,
of guys. That's why we celebrate that sixth man that can plug in anywhere. That's why everyone was so upset about Andrews Pete leaving because he could play multiple spots. Kelemete was a favorite here because he could play multiple spots. It's hard to
right.
do. Not a lot of guys who can pull it off. Well,
What do
you
you
know
think
what? The guy we might be forgetting about is Landon Young. He might be the
Yeah,
guy.
that's all about to bring up. Yeah,
He might be the get the start at left guard.
because I think the game plan called for him to be the jumbo tight end guy, so they didn't want to move him from that spot. But with the week to
Right.
prep, maybe they stick
The
him in at
less
left
pieces you
guard.
have to change, the better.
Right.
So
Hmm.
I understand the logic there, but now that we say it out loud, that is probably the best move to get him at left guard.
Okay.
I could
All
live with
right.
that.
Yep. Um. Okay. So one of the big talking points from people from Philadelphia Eagles fans, they were talking about the hit on Devontae Smith, and they calling it a dirty play.
Welcome.
Um, this is what DA had to say about this dirty
They
play.
got us in man coverage and ran crossing.
Wrong one.
Our guys play extremely hard, and we're gonna compete, until the down is over. I don't think we play dirty. I don't think we ever have played dirty. It's not the way we coach it, not the way we teach it. But we do play hard, And look, nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. Nobody's trying to hurt anybody. And unfortunately, that's part of, the business that we're in. But no.
Okay. So do you you remember this play where
Yeah,
he got hit?
I remember.
So
The
what did you
part that
think
jumped
about
out at me was when Chase Young came in late and kind of dove at the pile, but I think he thought the ball was coming loose, and
it? Hmm.
So this is my reaction to this is the Dave Chappelle gif is, I don't think he did it. And if he did do it, you know, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is a dirty, mean game. I'm an offensive lineman. This is a dirty, mean, ugly game. Just because you don't usually see the ugly stuff doesn't mean it's not happening. Fine,
Okay.
whatever. The play I had a problem with is I saw clips of Eagles fans saying that, Peyton spit on a guy, and like, then you watch the video and he's like 3 yards away. Like, dude, we're spitting the whole fucking game. That's nonsense. Eagles fans are some of the worst fan base in the world. They
Mm.
threw rocks at Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They say it's snowballs, but they put shit in their snowballs. They're assholes. Philadelphia is one of the worst cities in the world with the worst fans in the world. I hate them. I hate them more now than I did a week ago, and I hated them a week ago. All of them.
Oh man. All right. So this is the actual play in question that the Eagles fans were
Across the
talking
middle.
about.
Sir.
Hold on.
All right.
So here it is. He catches the ball
And his feelings about it. Okay. All right.
and then boom.
Yeah.
So this is a practice squad player that made that hit. So I mean it is what it is. I know I wouldn't like the exchange. Talk about injury for
That's-
injury. So.
he's on the active roster, isn't he? That's our D tackle from Northern Iowa.
No, this
97.
was a 97. I think it's a practice squad guy. Let me get his name.
We're gonna pull it up. I think that's the guy from Northern Iowa, the one that set the bench press record. It's shoot, what's his name? I can tell you every O lineman. You get to the defense, and I draw blanks.
Vickers, Kendall Vickers.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a
That's his
practice squad guy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
Yeah.
Just take your shots, man. Play football. Good.
Yeah, but-
I hope it hurts. I hope that he is in pain for days. I hope that he can't play next week. I hope that he forgets a couple of his friends in his 80s. Fuck that guy. He plays for the Eagles, and fuck those guys, and I'm mad about them. And
Oh my God.
you know what?
That's
I've got
terrible.
all this CT that I'm dealing with. I hope that he is too. I am mad at
No.
everything.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I don't take losing well. Okay, I don't like this.
All right. So the offense pretty much they got held in check for the most part. We didn't see the same running game we did before. It was a hell of a game as far as the Eagles defense was concerned. They pretty much held us in check. Alvin Kamara finished with 87 yards on the ground. We didn't have anyone else to chip in, so that was really the running game.
Yeah, you need Kendrick Miller,
Derek
right?
Carr went 14 to 25 for 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He took 1 sack. So not a lot of offensive production in this game. What concerns me the most, Craig, is we don't get much more help from our receiving core besides Olave and Shaheed.
Well, and Shaheed can occasionally disappear, like we saw in this last week.
Yeah.
To me, this is the quintessential O line matters game, because stuff was getting open, stuff was happening, and the O line couldn't hold up. Listen, we're not giving the Eagles enough credit. The defensive scheme that they cooked up was perfect. It was the perfect remedy for what we do. Particularly with McCoy going down. But they stacked 6 D linemen, 1 linebacker, and they were shooting gaps. It was perfectly designed to take away the stretch the stretch read, whatever outside
Right.
zone that we run. It was perfectly designed to beat us, and they have the athletes to do it. Most teams that we play are not going to have the personnel to be able to pull that off. Atlanta can't just decide to run 60 linemen and a linebacker and make it work. The Eagles are a very talented team. You can only draft so many Georgia defensive players and not be a very talented team. They had a bad couple of weeks showing. They showed that this is a good football team. They are going to make the playoffs. They are not falling off a cliff. They're going to be around. And yeah, that was a defensive masterclass. They figured out exactly how to bust up this offense, and we still almost beat them. Okay, we still almost beat them.
So I think for sure you're going to see a lot more of this sort of game plan from other teams because it's a copycat league.
Mhm.
So to me, the best way to get them out of this package is by putting more wide receivers on the field.
Mhm.
And we only run 2 wide receivers for the most part. Like I'm looking at the snap counts for the wide receivers, and Cedric Wilson has the next most snap counts at wide receiver, but like that's it. We may see
Yeah.
1 or 2 from like Tipton. Like Tipton doesn't even meet the threshold for the minimum like 20 routes a game or
Minimum
something.
snaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's one of those things where you needed to add a third receiver, and we just
Mhm.
didn't, you know. And we're running the ball successfully, you don't need one. But as soon as you're not running the ball successfully, then it's an issue. And I don't know if the answer is trading for somebody. There's a lot of chat about Devontae Adams. That's beautiful. That would be wonderful. But I don't think you
That's a
need a number
dream.
one.
That's a
You don't.
dream.
You need a chain mover. You need a third down guy. You need Michael Thomas, and you don't have a Michael Thomas. And there's not a Michael Thomas sitting out there in free agency, except for the real Michael Thomas, and you burn that bridge. So you let Duncan stick his foot in his mouth and ruin any chance of that ever coming back. And yeah, you need a third down pass catcher. Jawan Johnson's not that guy right now. He's not getting the snaps to be that guy, and he was injured most of the preseason, so he didn't get in with the new offense. He's probably still coming up to speed. Moreau is a good blocker, but he's not the guy either. Uh, Although my previous theory that Da is a racist comes back into play because Moreau's taken all of Juwan Johnson's snaps, so maybe Da is
Yeah,
a
because
racist
Jawan
again.
Johnson
Maybe
is out there like missing blocks like crazy at tight
because
end.
he's a
Like
wide
he
receiver.
sucks.
He's a giant wide receiver. They're trying to play at tight end. He's never been a tight end. He was a receiver in college. He was a receiver coming up. He had that year with Andy Dalton catching all those garbage time touchdowns that blew up his stats and got him a bigger contract, but he's never been a tight end. He's been a big receiver. And you know what?
Mhm.
Play him at receiver then. Put him in the fucking slot. He's a good receiver. He's just not a great tight end because this offense needs tight ends that can get dirty and dig people out and block them. And he can't do that. And it's not a dig on him. That's not what he does. It's not what he's good at.
Right. Yeah. Um, let's talk about the defense. I thought the defense did a pretty good job. We stopped them on fourth down. They were 1 for 4 on fourth down. And we got an interception. Let's see. We got a sack in this game as
Do
well.
we have 2 picks or do we have a pick and a forced fumble?
It's 1 interception, one forced fumble. Um, so yeah. And we also got a block punt in this game as
Yes.
well. So like,
When we blocked that punt, I thought we were going to win.
yeah,
That,
yeah.
that
I mean, when you
not even the
get all
Olave
these
touchdown.
turnovers, you're supposed to win.
Not
Like
even the Olave
literally,
touchdown, but the blocked punt was the moment that I was like, yeah, all right, we got it. We got this.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna block a punt with Gleason in the house and then not win.
Yeah,
Disgraceful.
yeah,
Disgraceful,
man.
Dennis Allen. Shut up, Dennis Allen.
Yeah. The because I thought the Eagles coach made several different mistakes going for it on fourth down, and we didn't make them pay for it, and that's what comes back to bite us at the end of the day. Um, but let's talk about Dennis Allen going for it on fourth down. Let's talk about after that punt that we blocked, right? We get 4 plays, a total of 9 yards. We run the ball with Kamara, all 4 plays pretty much,
Mhm.
and we don't get the first down. So they respond by going 4 plays and hitting the touchdown after that. But in this particular um, spot, it's like the fourth quarter. I thought we should have kicked the field goal there because I just made fun of Nick Sirianni for not kicking the field goal
Yeah.
all those times. Let's kick the field goal. Let's go up and try to get this thing won. What did you think?
See, I disagree. I'm an
Okay.
aggressive kind of guy. And I feel like if you have the chance to put your foot on someone's throat, you take it. If you have a chance to take control of a game and put them down, you do it. You do it 9 times out of 10. And it didn't work. And I think that's, you don't have Taysom Hill. You don't have your full all line. I think, again, McCoy doesn't go down, and I don't think we lose this game. I think it's cut and dry to me that if we have our starting offensive lineman out there, we win, because that's kind of thing. You should be able to get that. You should be able to go out and get that yard. And that's what DA said. Said, well, we should have been able to go out and get that yard. And yeah, you should have. So to me, I would have done it. I would do it again.
Okay. All right. Man, I just think that's such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, you're a coward.
and
That's why. Yeah.
it's- I say the same thing when Brian Kelly does it too. I'll be honest.
I'll take my 3 points, please. Thank you. I'll take my 3 and hope my defense plays better. No, fuck them. Score a touchdown. Put your foot on their neck and score a touchdown.
Because this was a low scoring game, defensive struggle, points at a premium.
Yeah,
Get the
a
point.
defensive struggle that if you score a touchdown on that drive, you take full control of. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with them on this one. I would have gone for it.
I got you.
I probably would have. Look, a bunch of the times that Sirianni did it, I would have kicked, because I think that was a different situation. But
Yeah, when he decided to kick,
particular situation, I would have gone for it.
yeah, when he decided to kick, it was like a kick from the 50 or something stupid like that. Like, why the hell you kick that one and not the other ones? You know,
It's frustrating that I feel like DA outcoached that guy and we lost anyway.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying here, Craig. That's why it's really frustrating right there. Really, really frustrating.
Man.
Let's talk about the last drive that Philadelphia had where we're up by we're up, what is it? 7-12 at this point. Okay. And the defense making plays. We come up with a big sack on first down. That makes it 2nd and 16. Then he goes incomplete. And then on third down and 16, they catch us in a man defense. And that's when the ball went to Goddard across the middle. He goes for a big, long gain. Here's what DA had to say about that.
They got us in man coverage and ran crossing routes, and we ran into each other, and we got to do a better job of having some awareness in that situation.
So 3rd and 16. Why are we running man at that point?
I'm fine. I'm fine with the call. Look,
Okay.
we're a good man team. We have good man coverage. Look, if you don't run man and you drop everybody in deep zones and then you get beat, what do you say? Well, like, oh, you shouldn't run prevent because the prevent will prevent you from winning.
I definitely don't want prevent.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're criticizing it because it didn't work. If it worked, then it's good. I'm glad you stayed aggressive and didn't just give up the easy yards. But because if you give up an easy 12, they're going to go for it on 4th down anyway. That's that point in the game. So I don't hate the call. I hate the execution. Guys running into each other is the fucking problem. But yeah, I'm fine with that. You at that point you had given up 7 total points in the game. Yeah, your defense is doing it right. They're playing really well. Let them keep playing well. Like, just because they ran into each other doesn't mean it was the bad call. And that's just my opinion.
Okay. All right. After the game, did the beer chaser with Trell, right? And Trell made a big deal about Trevor Penning penalty, the untimely penalty that he got for the personal foul. DA did talk about that too.
That exact message, we can't have that. We can't. Look, you gotta have some awareness of where you're at on the field, and that could have been a really costly penalty. I love the aggressiveness, but at the same time, we can't hurt our team.
All right. So honestly, I didn't think it was a big deal. We still had a first down. Don't get me wrong; it took away the yardage.
I think it's a big deal because people are looking for reasons to be mad at Penning, But That's what you get with you draft a player who's famous for being aggressive. You get him to be a functional starter. He's still going to be aggressive. It's still something that
Mhm.
happens. So yeah, it happens. He shouldn't have done it. It's a mistake. He'll learn from that. But comes with the territory, man. You want an ugly, mean, aggressive offensive line. They're going to have those kind of penalties. It's a bad spot for it. It's an immature play, but yeah, man, it's going to happen. I don't think that's why we lost. That's not the reason we lost that game.
Right. Right. Okay. Is there anything else about the game you wanted to mention I made up I didn't bring up?
Look, I fully admit that it is directly my fault that we lost this game because I didn't
Mm.
do all of my particular nonsensical, superstitious bullcrap, and I'm the only one who matters, clearly. So, I'm going to double down on all that for this upcoming game. I'm sure our guest on the next down is going to explain to us why the Falcons are actually much better than the shit they've shown so far. But, no, man, the Eagles game, it was a bad game. They're gonna, this O line coaches and Kubiak gonna have a week to figure out the O line. We're gonna be fine. The sky's not falling, guys. It's gonna be all right.
Hose water. Whether you've been playing hard or working hard, when your thirst needs to be quenched, there's hose water. Found at any retailer where sports drinks are sold. Or connected to your faucet in the backyard if you don't want to pay $4 for it. Hose water. Get yours today.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
Third down for what?
Due to Atlanta Falcons fans being such pussies, the promised interview with them won't be shown. We regret that this fan base is too afraid to talk about how bad their team is. We apologize for delaying the show. Let's pretend they said some dumb stuff on third down. And now we move to our next down, and Craig will tell you what he thinks of them. Also, F the Falcons.
They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Tell me what you have to say about our previous guest.
Listen. I thought I had heard some ridiculous nonsense. I thought I had heard it all. And then I had to listen to that guy explain whatever he was trying to explain. I've never felt so frustrated just listening and trying to comprehend what kind of just ridiculous nonsense was happening. No idea what the hell he's talking about. Has never even watched football before. I don't think he knows what football is. I think he's watching soccer in London and thinks that that's football that he's talking about, because none of the things he said made any sense. Absolute horse manure. I can't believe. I'm sorry for our listeners who had to listen to that. I'm sorry that I had to listen to that. I wish that there was a football god that would come down and put us in a loving embrace and say, I'm sorry that you had to listen to that, because that's what we need right now. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I can't.
That's what we
I'm
get for having
sorry.
Falcons fans.
I'm sorry you had to listen to that, guys.
All right, let's talk about the upcoming game versus the Falcons. Some quick news. The Falcons will not have their starting center for this game either. So this is two teams going up with each other, missing their center. So a big important part of their offense.
Unlike them, we're a good football team, so fuck them.
Yeah, there we go. And just looking at stats and rankings and stuff this year, so far Atlanta cannot rush the passer. They only have like 1 sack on the year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they got Caden Ellis, and that was a game changer for them. And because we let Caden Ellis go, they were going to be a pass rushing specialist team. Fuck Caden Ellis and fuck the Falcons.
They got Judon as well. Yeah, they made a trade for Judon too, so that was a big deal too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, they cannot stop the run. They give up 150 yards per game on the ground. So that's great for a team that wants to run the ball, right?
Oh, that's us. Oh, we're that team that wants to run the ball. Cool.
That's it.
Awesome. That is. It's almost like these Falcons fucking suck. And everything that we just heard on third down was nonsense.
Yeah.
Almost,
That's it. That's it.
Maybe.
All right. So, what are your thoughts here about the Falcons here?
It is really easy to feel negative after that Eagles game and how it ended, and having the injury list that's going to come out, if it hasn't dropped already. The injury list this week is going to be frightening. It's going to upset some people. So just, have a beer. It's on me. Uh, but honestly, I think that we're a better football team. I think that we are better at the things that we do well. I think that we're going to be able to scheme around losing another O lineman. Honestly, I think we're going to handle business. I think we had a bad day against a team with an excellent defensive plan. I don't think there's a chance that the Falcons have the personnel to pull that kind of thing off. And I think we're gonna punch them in the mouth.
Okay. I misspoke. Falcons have 3 sacks on the year, so not 1.
Oh, okay. That's 1 a game, Dale.
There you go. Look, I just want to give the people the facts. The people have to have the facts.
And they'll get 1 in this game because we give up 1 a game and they get 1 a game. So
Okay.
the law of averages say that they'll have a sack this week, and it'll probably be Derek Carr stepping out of bounds again because we're going to hang 50 on these fuckers.
There we go. Hang
Make sure that we
50,
had the
baby.
little E next to the title of this show, so people know that there's going to be some explicit language because I can't talk about the Falcons without getting a little bit of piss in my vinegar.
Yes. Yes. This is definitely Falcons hate week.
Hate week.
What's your favorite memory of like beating the Falcons? Or
Okay, listen. I'm not going to say the Gleason block because that's the easy answer. The rebirth, the dome reopening. That's the easy answer. My answer is actually Thanksgiving because I was at my mother-in-law's house and everyone was at the table talking politics, and I was able to sneak away and watch the Thanksgiving game where Breeze threw 4 touchdown passes to 4 different UDFAs, and that's when I decided that was the greatest quarterback that ever lived. Because Peyton Manning, Mahomes, Brady, none of them are doing that. No one is doing that. That is, yes, that's my memory.
I like
is Thanksgiving with 4 UDFA passing touchdowns. And didn't we had like 6 sacks in that game? Like Cam Jordan just ate.
Cam.
No pun
Yes.
intended.
Definitely not
And I had
eating a
eaten
turkey
about 2
leg.
pounds of turkey before then too. So yes, that's my best. Look,
Yep.
man, it's a lot more like a college rivalry because of the piss and vinegar between these 2 teams. But to me, like, I think it's legitimate. It's not the team. I've never met anyone who plays on the Falcons, but it's their fans. You beat them, and then their response is what? Posting Katrina pictures. Like, it's the least classy franchise, and I say franchise because these people don't even show up if they lose a couple of games. It's the weakest fair weather fan base outside of Los Angeles. Fuck those guys, and I'm not going to elaborate. All right, screw you guys. I hope you lose every game from here on out. I hope your stadium gets struck by lightning. I hope the plumbing backs up, and I hope you stub your toe.
Yeah. And I hope the Chick-fil-A closes on Saturday too.
Yes. Go to Popeyes. It's better anyway.
My favorite memory has to be when Shy Tuttle stiff on Matt Ryan. Like,
Yes.
it's so good. And the German announce team was even better. It was better in German.
I've forgiven Shy Tuttle for now being a Panther because of that play.
Yes.
That German
yes.
call is the best call too. They're just cracking up. It's like a trigger though. I can't hear that call without immediately needing like 12 beers and a schnitzel.
Right. Exactly, man. Exactly. Okay. So let's make our beer bet. I guess you're taking the Saints
If you're
covering.
betting against the Saints, that can be our beer bet. Otherwise, I have more.
Yeah, let's think it's about something else, please. Because I would like to not.
Are you
go for
picking the
Falcons.
Saints? Are you
I would
picking
like
the
to not go for the Falcons. No.
My beer bet is that Olave continues on being the best player no one's talking about, and he scores a touchdown in consecutive weeks. My beer bet: Olave scores a touchdown. We could win by 50. If he doesn't score a touchdown, I'll chug.
There we go. That's a bet. That's a bet.
It. We're both
That's
picking
good.
the Saints. If anyone picks the Falcons on this show, we're canceling the show.
Yes, I hate the Falcons, bro. I hate the Falcons.
Goddamn right.
I'm sorry.
Goddamn right.
Yep. Look, I visited Atlanta one time, had the family and everything like that, and I got an airbrush shirt with 28-3 on it. Went to the aquarium out there. The aquarium is great. Okay, you should definitely go. But yeah, the security guard was like, "Hey, man, oh, that's cold." I loved it.
Hey,
I
you
loved
found the one Falcon fan that actually exists. That's cool. Is he the same guy that we had on third down? Awesome.
Might be. It might be that
Might
guy.
be.
All right, so we are both picking the Falcons. Let's get a score here, Craig. What's
Picking
your
the
score?
Saints. Picking the Saints. I think we're not going to score 40 again without McCoy. But I think we hit 30. I think we hit 30 points. We win 30-20, but some of them 20 are late in the game when it's already decided. 30-20 Saints. Who dat?
All right. I like where you're going. I think we get close to 40. So I'm going to say Saints 39 and Falcons 17. That's what I'm saying. There we go. So we're both taking the Saints big here. Okay, we're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back.
Yeah, and look, this is someone was talking about, oh, it's a long season. Yeah, this is critical. 2-1 is cool. 2-2 means nothing. 3-1 is huge. If we open 3-1, and the Falcons are already, will there be 3 losses at the point? They're buried. If we start the season 3-1 with the schedule in front of us, that's it. We're good. We're going to be
2 division wins too. Great.
We win this. We win this game. Huge. This might as well be his playoff game. You start this season 3-1 with this schedule, man. We're in good shape. This is a huge game. Don't let anybody tell you it's early. It's on the road. Division game. Shit happens. Fuck that. Need to win. Must win game. And it's the Falcons. Fuck the Falcons.
Cam Jordan will get them right. Anybody who's not aware, Cam Jordan will get you right. Okay, this game is.
He might not be on the field very much, but he'll get you right.
Hey, that's what we expect from him right now.
He's earned it. I've got his autographed jersey inside. He's one of my favorite players ever. He's earned it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's still better than him just retiring and being dead cap. So we'll take it.
Yeah. Does Chase Young get his first sack?
He's got a half a sack.
Yeah.
I think that the word is out and he's getting a lot of attention now. So I think Granderson is going to keep eating. I think that center being out is gonna open up Brzee again. Brzee is gonna have a big season. He's already started it. I wouldn't be surprised if Brzee wrecks some shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Granderson gets a sack. I feel good, man. I feel good about this. I feel better about this than I did last week.
Yeah,
which is great because last week sucked. So I feel good about this.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Beer Run.
Thank you for joining us. I know no one wants to listen to Saints podcasts or shows after the Saints lose, so I might not listen to this either. For the whole BS and Beer Network, for Dave and for everybody, check out the other shows on our channel. They're all great except for the ones that Dale's on. I am the California Cajun. That is Little Dice. Have a beer. It's on me.
Who that?
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.